Deputy Prime Minister of United Kingdom Angela Rayner handed over ambulances for the Ethiopian Red Cross Society. During the handing over ceremony at the Ethiopian Red Cross Society Training Center compound, the Deputy Prime Minister said Ethiopia and the United Kingdom have enjoyed strong bilateral ties for many years in multiple areas. The handing over of the ambulances is part of the strong cooperation in humanitarian affairs between the two nations, she underscored. Angela also commended the resilience of Ethiopian humanitarian actions and the role of Ethiopian Red Cross Society. She mentioned that Ethiopia is among the biggest partners in humanitarian engagements for United Kingdom.
I arrived here on Sunday night and I've had a real packed schedule, and I've got to say it's had a real lasting impact on me, and people have said, well, what, you can read about it, you can go on Zoom, but actually you really don't get a taste of all of the opportunities but also the challenges that we face here, and I'm incredibly proud and humbled to be here and to be given this opportunity. I've learned so much about the shared opportunities we have in business, security and our economic growth, but I've also learned more about Ethiopia's resilience in the face of immense and often overlapping humanitarian challenges. So for me, coming here today to see the extraordinary work of the Ethiopian Red Cross is definitely one of the highlights. Thanks to your dedication, countless lives have been transformed and countless more have been saved. During my trip, I have heard in particular from women and girls about their daily challenges, a cause which is close to my heart, and I understand that this is an acute crisis in need of funding. I'm glad and proud that the UK's bilateral programme with Ethiopia is one of our largest humanitarian projects. And on Monday, I talked with the Prime Minister about our mutual interest in promoting a vision of prosperity for Ethiopia, while also making sure that the most vulnerable in the country receive the humanitarian support that they need. And the UK will be close partners with the Ethiopian government, offering our support while continuing our programme of financial relief for those most in need. And as part of this, I am delighted today to hand over 12 ambulances to strengthen the already brilliant work of the Ethiopian Red Cross. I also know that the Red Cross is so much more than emergency service. Your work is not just about delivering aid, it's about restoring hope and dignity, showing vulnerable people that they are not forgotten. So let me end by thanking you again for all that you do in Ethiopia and as an organisation around the world. We're incredibly proud of you.
President of Ethiopian Red Cross Society, Habara Tola, on his part stated that the contribution of the United Kingdom for Ethiopian humanitarian actions are commendable.
On behalf of our members, volunteers, and the staff, I extend my deepest gratitude to you, Right Honorable Angela Rayner, for taking the time to visit us. Your presence here underscores the strong partnership between the United Kingdom and Ethiopia, built on shared values of solidarity, humanitarianism, and resilience. Established in 1935, the Ethiopian Red Cross Society remains a pillar of humanitarian action. It is Ethiopia's oldest and the largest humanitarian organization, with over 6.5 million members, more than 300,000 volunteers, 40 regional offices, 40 zonal branches, and 200 districts. Our mission goes beyond emergency relief. We strive to protect human dignity, restore livelihoods, and empower communities to build resilience against future shocks. Yet, the past 4 years have tested our limits. Ethiopia has faced prolonged drought, devastating floods, and above all conflict, affecting millions, particularly women and children and persons with disabilities. ERICS has been on the front lines, delivering life-saving assistance and helping communities to rebuild. However, we recognize that food and shelter alone are not enough. We must also invest in education and the ethical leadership to prevent future suffering. The support of the British government has been invaluable in our response to these challenges. The UK has stood by Ethiopia in critical times, and we deeply appreciate its generous humanitarian assistance, which has saved countless lives. In particular, I would like to highlight the exemplary partnership between ERICS and the UK Foreign Commonwealth and the Development Office FCDO. This collaboration has set a global standard and stands as a model for humanitarian collaboration and how a donor agency and a local humanitarian organization can work together to achieve sustainable impact. Through this partnership, we have reached more than 1.2 million people, not only provided emergency aid, but also strengthened our ability to respond to future disasters, providing critical relief and long-term support. Beyond immediate response efforts, this grant has helped ERICS realize a localization agenda, a crucial step towards sustainability. By strengthening our regional and district branch, we are now better equipped to respond to emergencies quickly and undertake long-term rehabilitation efforts. This investment in local capacity ensures that communities are more resilient and better prepared for future challenges. Your Excellency, the Right Honourable Angela Bryan, Deputy Prime Minister of UK, it became apparent that humanitarian work is not only about addressing immediate needs, it is also about shaping the future. That is why ERICS has recently launched the School of Humanity, an initiative aimed at educating young people on humanitarian leadership, ethics, and the dignity of every person. This school will teach critical topics such as humanity, the consequences of war, the violation of women's and children's rights in times of conflict, and ethical humanitarian leadership. By investing in education and awareness, we hope to reduce suffering, not just through aid, but by fostering a new generation that values peace, dignity, and humanity. This initiative reflects our deep commitment to going beyond food distribution and the relief work to truly shape society that upholds humanity at its core. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize the outstanding commitment of FCDO staff who work closely with Ethiopian Red Cross Society teams in a collegial and a supportive manner. Their dedication has fostered trust and collaboration, strengthening our ability to deliver humanitarian assistance effectively. Furthermore, I extend my sincere appreciation to His Excellency, the British Ambassador to Ethiopia, for his close follow-up and the continued engagement. His recent visits and the handover of vehicles to ERICS are powerful demonstration of the UK's unwavering commitment to strengthen our operational capacity. I also wish to acknowledge our esteemed partners in the consortium, including UNICEF, Impact, and WFP, the British Red Cross, whose collaboration has been instrumental in ensuring that our humanitarian interventions have a lasting and a sustainable impact. Your Excellency, The Right Honorable Angela Rainer, your visit today reaffirms the importance of international solidarity and the strong partnerships in addressing humanitarian challenges. We at ERICS remain committed to deepening our collaboration, scaling up our impact, and continuing to serve those in need with dignity and compassion. Once again, I extend my deepest gratitude to you, the UK government, the British Embassy, FCDO, and all our partners for your continued support and trust in the Ethiopian Red Cross Society. Together, we are making a difference not only in emergency response, but in shaping a more humane, just, and a resilient future.
The Ethiopian Red Cross Society works to enhance the awareness of risk management and preparedness in urban areas. Accordingly, Addis Ababa city is among the focus areas to work on disaster prevention, which may occur due to various man-made and natural reasons. In this regard, the endeavors that Addis Ababa city has exerted in risk management and disaster prevention are immense. The Ethiopian Red Cross Society also works closely with the Addis Ababa city administration.
Ethiopian Red Cross Society, as you know, is one of the non-profit humanitarian national Red Cross Society operating across the country, including Addis. So in Addis we have a couple of interventions, particularly urban sensitive disaster risks like flood and other disasters. So we have quite few projects actually in Addis supporting urban sensitive disasters, especially anticipatory action, weather forecasting related projects. Of course, the ambulance services are there, operating through our branches in Addis, and we are also frontline responder in terms of other disasters like traffic related incidences, and also fire incidences related issues. So we are supporting the urban related disasters in Addis Ababa, but many of our operations are beyond outside of Addis, particularly areas where the climate induced disasters and conflicts, disease outbreaks related issues. So we are supporting that kind of interventions across the country. The National Society is operating in close collaboration with local authorities, including municipalities across the country. Even though we have limited direct engagement with the municipality, we are closely working with other sector institutions like AMI, and also the fire brigade. And the social and women affairs related organizations. So there are quite a number, including the Ministry of Health and the Health Office in Addis Ababa. There are quite a number of collaborations, particularly with the Ministry of Health on immunization related areas, and also campaigns and hygiene and sanitation related interventions. So we are collaboratively working with the Ministry of Health in this regard. But we would like to extend this collaboration with the municipality and explore possible possible engagement together in quite a number of areas, as we understand the city is facing quite a number of crises as well. training center is one of the oldest facility for the National Society, supporting our operation, particularly in the capacity building areas, including first aid. So this is a facility where we capacitate our volunteers and our staffs on humanitarian interventions in a number of areas: ambulance management related issues, ambulance attendance, referral mechanisms, disaster risk management, community engagement and accountability related issues. So this is a facility, and our branches across the country frequently came here for capacity building mission. So quite a number of standard trainings are facilitated from here, and in addition to supporting our operation on capacity building, this is also one of the facility where the National Society is trying to generate income to support our sustainable strategy, to make sure our humanitarian operation is proceeding whenever funds are short and very limited. So we are trying to self-sustenance and generating income. So this facility, as you see, we have different training rooms, syndicate rooms, and we have also as you see, we have also boarding amenities, and we have also gym facility around there. So this is a package for income generating activities to support the humanitarian operation. Who is really the prime client for this facility? The Red Cross itself, the bank sector in the country, the private sector, the private sector, other non-governmental organizations, the humanitarian actors are often utilize the facilities, and sometimes we organize international events, and in few occasions we hosted such kind of events. So that is also an opportunity for us to generate income, and also to showcase this facility is really here for everyone. In terms of generating evidences, rather, what kind of critical disasters are really Addis is prone to. So we are closely working with Ethiopian Met Agency, Met Institute, in forecasting risks across Addis, and based on those evidences, we are trying to collaborate with our presence in the community, engaging our volunteers, engaging our branches to support what is going on, including resource mobilization. So there are areas, hotspot areas, prone to disasters like flood. So we are generating evidences and developing a roadmap to support that kind of thing, and this is also supported by a British-based organization. So that is a kind of pilot in Addis, where that project is tested in other African countries. So we are progressing. It will continue for the next 2 years, and still we are generating evidences and co-creation sessions are continuing with other partners to showcase who is doing what, because there are quite a number of actors in urban disasters, and Ethiopian Red Cross can play a significant role in that regard. general thinking around urban disaster is there are quite a number of factors involved in the city, and I'm not sure in terms of readiness, in terms of preparedness, particularly whenever massive disaster happens in the city, how much we are ready, how much we are prepared to respond in such kind of thing. That is why we are working closely to anticipate any upcoming disaster hazards in town. So even though there is no evidence, in terms of preparedness, but what we understand is we need to be proactive in terms of getting information, generating information, and informing different actors to get prepared for any kind of disaster. So that is where this anticipatory project is aimed at. So from evaluation perspective, I think we are not yet to evaluate, but trying to map out the risk, the hotspots in terms of risk.